Hey everyone, Ace of Clay here. Welcome back. Happy New Year. We're ready for our first project. So for today's video, I figured let's start the year with something different. You guys liked when I tried monster clay. Let's try a different type of clay. Today, I'm gonna sculpt with Apoxie Sculpt. Now, if you don't know what Apoxie Sculpt is or what it does, don't worry, I don't really know either. This is literally the first time I have ever owned Apoxie Sculpt. What I do know right off the bat is that it is a two-part clay that you mix together equal parts, and then you have the clay that you're sculpting with, and then you sculpt and it air dries. So this is nothing like polymer clay. We need to pretty much forget everything we know about clay and relearn it all, because the entire sculpting process I think is going to be completely different. You can't like pre-bake this or anything. I think you really just have to work in like sections, and then when you're done for the day, you better be completely done with the section that you're working on. We're gonna see what happens. I think we're gonna make a dragon, but let's read the back here. Popular uses: sculpting, model making, special effects, blah, 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 okay. Apoxie Sculpt combines the features and benefits of sculpting clay with the adhesive power of epoxy! Exclamation point. Its smooth, putty-like consistency is easy to mix and use, self-hardens, no baking, cures hard in 24 hours to a semi-gloss finish. Adheres to nearly any surface and is great for sculpting, embellishing, bonding, and filling most anything. Yeah, that's another thing too. I know a lot of people that use this to fix their broken sculptures. This is a great like repair compound. I've never used it for that, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it works great, and I don't think this stuff shrinks. Oh, aquarium customization. You can actually like submerge this stuff in water. Wear appropriate disposable gloves. Measure equal parts of A and B. Mix and knead together for 2 minutes until thoroughly combined and a uniform color is achieved. Note, incomplete mixing will give poor results. All right, thanks for the warning. No baking, in all caps, 24-hour full cure to a rock hard semi-gloss finish. Outdoor and marine quality. I really hate that I gotta wear gloves for this. I really do. I guess that's just a sacrifice we're gonna have to make. So let's bust this open. B-A. Put the gloves on in a second. It doesn't have a crazy smell, which I was actually expecting it to. I was expecting it to smell really bad. Epoxy typically doesn't smell good. I don't get it. Look, it's like dark green. This is supposed to turn white when you mix it. We'll see. All right, I gotta get some disposable spoons. What is on my hands? Why is it like greasy? So basically what I wanna do is, I'm afraid since this is like so rock hard that it's gonna like ruin my sculpting tools. Just have to clean them after, right? There's no garbage can over there. So what am I waiting for? I'll just use my right hand to scoop out the part A and my left hand to scoop out part B. No gloves ever fit me. That's another problem too. You buy like extra large gloves, they still don't fit. Look at all that room. Whatever, getting distracted. Probably should have put on a crappy shirt. Whatever. Part B is open. It's crusty. What the heck? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about this, everyone. I don't know. The gloves are like sticking to it. So now we are going to mix part A with part B. Oh, my wrist already hurts. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, I want her to set a timer for me. Fine, don't. Siri is seriously like the most worthless iPhone feature. I think it's just an excuse for Tim Cook to listen to you. I don't know about this. I think we're just going to play with this piece for today, and then I'm gonna go watch some epoxy sculpting videos, and then I'll return tomorrow with more knowledge. It's so firm. May cause an allergic skin reaction and eye irritation. It's very interesting, and it's still not fully mixed. All right, so first impressions, it's pretty firm. It smells weird. It smells like Fritos, like dipped in chemicals. But it's not strong. It's not a strong smell at all. There's a lot of mixing. Okay. Let's make something with it. Now, set it aside for 5 minutes. Oh, and by the way, I'm still using my phone for my second camera, but I just ordered a real second camera and it's coming. So hopefully my video next week, I'll have professional quality equipment. Let this sit for like 5 minutes, and then while that's resting, let's make the armature for like a little dragon head. We will do a sleeping dragon. All right, so first thoughts here. If I were actually making a sculpture, I would have to mix a little bit. Whoa, oh crap. There's gonna be so much lint in it now. I dropped it on the carpet and there's like dog hair in it. Oh, this really sucks. I gotta stop letting my dogs in here. They're so good though, like they don't eat anything. They just sleep by my feet. They're not in here right now because I need to focus. All right, it hasn't been 5 minutes, but I don't feel like waiting 5 minutes. It's fine. Oh my God, I sneeze again. Is this making me sneeze? Maybe if this comes out good enough, I'll give it away. If it's even like worth giving away, you know what I mean? I don't want to give away something that's just stupid. So it's adhering to the foil very nicely. How bad would it be if I didn't use gloves? Would you guys judge me? I don't want to be canceled. Oh my eyes are almost like watering. Am I allergic to this stuff? If I'm allergic to this stuff, we're screwed and there's no video this week. Yeah, like look at that. I don't like that at all. Is it because of the gloves I'm using? See, if this were Sculpey right now, I'd be done. Let's try a stainless steel one. Let's try the spoon tool. I'm doing something wrong. I have to be doing something wrong, or that has to be like an old batch because this is not going well at all. And there's people that love sculpting with this too, and it's not, like this is not working out for me. I mean, it's holding texture nice, but it's like not blending well at all or like letting me work with it. This has to be user error. It's really burning my eyes. If I have to wear goggles when I use this stuff, I'm not using it because it's bad enough I have to wear gloves. My nose is running and my eyes are burning. I'm getting some type of like allergic reaction to this stuff. That's not good. I'm glad I didn't wait till the last minute to record this one. Like I can't even like, I'm doing something wrong. I have to be doing something wrong. Like what is that? We're going to have to revisit this tomorrow, I think. My eyes are burning and I can only imagine what my skin would look like if this touched it. We'll see. Okay, this is not getting any better. I'm gonna stop. My eyes are burning, my nose is running, and I am not having fun at all doing this right now. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to look at some videos online. I'm going to try to figure out what I'm doing wrong because clearly I'm doing something wrong. Like there's no way this stuff works like this. I refuse to believe it. So, like I said, I'm gonna do some research and then I will come back tomorrow with hopefully a fresh perspective. All right, see you tomorrow. We're back. We're back. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is like, you hear that? That's like rock solid. Oh, well it did break his little nose off, but I mean, it's a lot harder than polymer clay, I have to say. And to be fair, this was not given a full 24 hours to cure. It's only been maybe 14 hours, I wanna say, or maybe 20 at the most. So I don't know. Rock hard. Well, the little wispy pieces are breakable, but not nearly as breakable as polymer clay. And again, this wasn't given a full 24 hours to cure. I'm really impressed with how this has cured. It's really hard. It's got a nice semi-gloss finish like it said it would have. Horrible sculpture. Today, we are going to revisit this and we are actually going to give it a chance. Yesterday, I may have been a little too ambitious in my goals, I guess you could say. I expected too much from this clay for my first time using it. And I tend to do that with a lot of things. I just expect myself to be able to do something right off the bat. I don't want to sit and learn. I just want to be able to do it. And that is not the case with this. It is a completely different kind of clay than I'm used to. And with that, there is a learning curve. So we're going to respect the clay today, and we're actually going to take our time. After much needed research, I have come to the conclusion that I'm not being patient enough. I looked at a bunch of different channels that work with maybe not like a bunch, but I looked at a lot of stuff last night. I basically spent the rest of my life looking at YouTube videos. Huge shout out to Mims Victims, DJB Studios, and Hearsay Productions for all of your knowledge on Apoxie Sculpt. Because without you, I would have just been flailing around all day again today like I was yesterday. So go check out those channels when you're done watching this video and give them some likes. I will put links in the description box to all of them. I really watched the Mims Victims video. She's a doll maker. She has experience with polymer clay and she switched to Apoxie Sculpt. So like we've got a lot in common. So I'm not switching to epoxy clay. I'm gonna stay with polymer clay. We're just trying it, but yeah, okay. Let's do this right this time. And in my research, I found out that I don't have to wear gloves the entire time I'm sculpting. I just have to wear them while I am mixing the part A with the part B. For this project, I wanna make a real dragon, but I'm just gonna do like a dragon bust. I'm not gonna do the whole body, and we're actually going to make a somewhat larger sculpture than what I normally make. So, because that's one of the advantages of using this kind of clay, is you can make stuff as big as you want. It doesn't have to fit in an oven. I thought I was gonna actually give this away. If you want it, it'll be in my trash outside the front of my house next Wednesday. The first thing I'm gonna do before I mix my clay is I'm going to make the armature out of aluminum foil. And like I said, it's gonna be a dragon bust, so it's just the head. And after I create the armature for it, I will know how much clay to mix, I guess, right? Because I don't want to sit here like mixing clay all day long. I want to sculpt. So yeah, let's get started. If you don't like the sound of aluminum foil, don't listen right now. Another cool thing about this clay that I'm looking forward to is I don't have to worry about any air being trapped into the surface, I don't think, because it's not going to crack or whatever. That's even more problematic if you're doing like ceramic, because if there's air inside your sculpture and you put it in a kiln, it will literally blow up. I want this to actually be good. That kind of looks like Godzilla, not gonna lie. Time to mix some more clay. Can I use my old gloves from yesterday? Yeah, they're not crusty. So I don't see why not. Why waste more gloves? Let's do this. There's also another brand of epoxy clay that I want to try. It's called Magic Sculpt. And it's a lot softer than this from what I've seen. I just hope it doesn't burn my eyes again. Like I'm gonna have to wear goggles. Like I don't know if that was the clay or if that was just my allergies. This is way too much for that little bit. Oh, and another thing too, I came back in yesterday after I turned the camera off and I started playing with the clay again just to kind of see, you know, whatever. And it was a lot easier to work with after it sat for a little bit. And it wasn't as crumbly. So that's a thing too. Why did I do so much? I'm not gonna regret this if I put it through my pasta machine. Doing that actually softened it quite a bit. There's white crap all over the inside of it now. You know those cooking TikToks where the person will like pick up the piece of food and be like, you wanna make a steak? Wanna make some clay? I mean, you wanna make a sculpture? Let's make prime rib. She crumbling. That looks like it's an even color. Oh, I need water. I also need a crappy paintbrush. All right, it feels much better. This feels a lot like ceramic clay. It's behaving a lot like it too. I think it's time for the Lazy Susan. I think I have rolled enough, mixed enough clay to like do the whole, cover the whole thing. Well, that definitely smooths better when your finger's wet. Just think I gotta work a little faster. Looking good. What? Look at how smooth. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like it. Took a little bit, but I think I'm there. I should probably add the skewers for the horns now before it gets too firm and I can't poke them in anymore, but I can drill it later. When it gets dry again though, it starts crumbling again. I don't love that. Kind of stressing out about the time issue because like this is really not refined. I should not have put this much clay on it to begin with. See how it blends another piece on here to make that eye socket symmetrical with the other side. Definitely need that water, but it works really well with it for the most part. My eyes aren't really burning today either. So I don't know if that was all in my head yesterday. They are still kind of like burning, but I don't know if it's because I'm not blinking or something. I've been doing this for 25 minutes. I've got about 2.5 hours left. Bottom lip really helped, didn't it? So far, it's staying pretty pliable, which is great because I need it to. Now, since I'm not really talking, I'm gonna go to my usual setup really quick, and then let's get this guy finished. All right, it's voiceover Anthony now. Hello, post-production. Now that we're back in our usual setup, let's get this guy done. I'm just gonna start by finishing off those brows right here and using a bunch of different tools to get those blended in. I absolutely loved that I could use water to smooth out the surface. It did a great job, and it was so much like regular ceramic, like pottery clay, and I've always enjoyed working with that whenever I have in the past, and this was pretty much identical to that experience, so I really like that, and I was having a lot of fun to the point where I didn't like talk. Normally when I'm like really focused, I don't talk too much. I was just really into what I was doing, and I didn't want to stop. So all right, now we're just gonna poke in those skewers for the horns. And then at this point, the head was getting pretty firm. It wasn't completely cured yet, but you can tell it wasn't taking detail as well as it was earlier. But that I actually used to my advantage later on when I start to add little wrinkles. So you'll see that coming up. So we're just gonna go over here, refine some things, and then move on to the scales down the neck here. Alright, now I'm going to go in with the other end of my spoon tool and press in some little notches on those big scales. I forget what these are called. I looked it up before when I made the first dragon in 2019. What are these called? Skeeves? Yeah, skeeves, I think. Yeah, the big scales are called skeeves. And now it's time for the horns. I almost said antlers. I'm gonna go in with my aluminum foil, bulk those out a little bit, and then we're gonna cover these in clay. Getting somewhere. At this point I was really happy with this guy, and he is semi-unfinished, but the back of his head especially, that I'm gonna work on once I create the rest of his body. I didn't mention that yet in the video, but at this point I decided that for another video, another time, I'm actually going to make his body in its entirety. I'm going to do arms, wings, feet, the whole 9, and we're going to make a giant dragon sculpture together. So I'm looking forward to that. We're just going to start today with the head, and then hopefully I think I'll cover him in scales somehow, and I'll add some more clay to the back of his head. I'm not going to detail it today. And once that first horn is looking pretty good, we're going to make the other one off camera. There we go. Not bad. Now I'm going to go in with my Explorer tool and add some tiny little details and refine things before he is completely cured and I can't do anything. Now this is the time I found that was great to add these little wrinkles, because it's not pressing really deep into the clay like right off the bat. You kind of have to put some pressure on it, more than you normally would have with, you know, the completely fresh epoxy or even polymer clay. And what happened was it kind of like pushed the clay around it in too, so it gave it this nice rounded effect that I could do on just the first try without having to smooth it out a million times afterwards. So I really like that, and we're just gonna go in and finish this guy up. And he's done, for now at least. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to see this guy as a complete, full dragon sculpture. That's a wrap, everyone. I am really happy with how this guy turned out. Not bad for 3 hours, huh? I'm actually not going to paint him. I think what I'm going to do is make the rest of his body and then paint him in another video. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for this new gigantic sculpture type route I'm gonna start taking, and I really like it. I actually really enjoyed the Apoxie Sculpt. It did take me 2 tries with it. You know, I didn't like it at first at all, but that's how I am with unfamiliar stuff. I don't really give anything a chance, but I slept on it, I did some research, and I ended up really liking it, and this is definitely not gonna be the last time I use it. So that's awesome, and I really hope you like my dragon head, and I can't wait to finish it. So, as always, thank you so much for watching and being here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and then follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at AceOfClay. I'm also on TikTok, so check me out there. I'm gonna get that moving again, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.